Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking myself out of new releases, and this is something that I think is essential when you're on a no-buy like I'm doing for the month of July. You have to really make sure that you're not tempted to go and buy new makeup, and that could mean not looking at social media, but for me, I'm always on there because it's kind of part of my job, so I'm going to see this stuff. My method is really very simple. Before I buy anything, I look at my collection and I see what I have that might be similar, and usually that kind of tamps down my excitement for the new products. Now, I am definitely not trying to be negative, and I'm not trying to say don't buy new makeup. Obviously, it's super fun to do that, but if you are in a similar situation to me where you just feel overwhelmed with your makeup collection and you feel like you just have too much stuff and you want to start using some things, older products up a little bit, then this can be a great thing to do. Also, if you're just maybe not buying makeup because it's not in your budget right now, if things are tight and you just don't have the extra money to spend, this is also a great way to just avoid that feeling of missing out, or FOMO, I guess. So these are things that I think I would have purchased immediately before, but I'm glad that I took the time to go through my collection and find alternatives. So if that sounds good, be sure to stick around. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider hitting the subscribe button before you go. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. All right, so the first thing that I noticed on Trend Mood's page recently that I was kind of interested in are the new Sephora collection favorite sets. I love these sets. I think they're a great way to try new products, but honestly, when I looked at the price, that alone just kind of made me take a step back and be like, wait a minute. So the Gleamy Dreamy makeup set is $56 and the Blush and Glow makeup set is $65. I don't know what happened with these Sephora favorite sets, but I feel like the prices just keep creeping up. And for me, the whole thrill of buying these is that they were a little bit less expensive. They were maybe in like the 30 something to 40 something dollar range. And you felt like you were getting a whole bunch of things for a really good price point. And now, I would just kind of, for $50 or $60, I would just pick out one or two things from this set that I really like and just buy the full size, honestly, because to me, that's a lot of money for mostly minis. I think you do get some full sizes in these kits, but that's just crazy. Like everything else, these prices just keep going up. Another thing that I thought looked really interesting and was kind of sucking me in a little bit are the new lip liners from Fenty. They have actually new lip liners and new gloss bomb sticks. So they're like lip balm sticks. Now, lip liners have become a little bit of a weakness for me. I love them. I like to use them to outline my lips and then fill in. I'm wearing one today, which is the Makeup by Mario lip liner, and this is in the shade Flame Red. So it's kind of like an orangey red, and it's a brighter color that I normally wouldn't wear in a lipstick, but because it's a liner, I can just kind of outline my lips, and then it comes with this little brush on the back, and I just smudge it and make it a little bit softer and not quite as intense. But there are just so many great lip liners that I've been using in my collection lately. I really don't need these Fenty ones. So let me just show you some of my favorites. So this Makeup by Mario one is definitely on the list, especially for summer. And I also have another Makeup by Mario one I've been using called Pink Peony. And this one is such a gorgeous cool tone pink. And I really love this formula because it's a little bit creamy, but it's not so creamy that it just smudges all around. So this is Flame Red and this is Pink Peony. So these two colors I've been using a lot. Also, my Makeup Forever artist pencils in Anywhere Caffeine and Wherever Walnut are still huge staples in my collection. So I'll just swatch those really quick. I'm telling you, when you start looking into your collection, it makes you excited for these products all over again. All right, so on the top here, we have Wherever Walnut, and then this one is Anywhere Caffeine. So Anywhere Caffeine is a perfect nude lip liner. It goes with just about everything. And then Wherever Walnut is kind of a warmer pink. It's not quite as cool as the Pink Peony from Makeup by Mario. Another huge favorite is the Lawless lip liner in Pink Slip. This one is also more on the cool tone side. It's actually kind of similar to the Makeup by Mario one. So this is it right up here. Honestly, these are the lip liners that I use more than anything. And while I do have a ton of others in my collection. I have a bunch of them from Moira. I have the new e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liners that are also really fantastic. I'm just kind of drowning in lip liners right now. I really don't need any more. And then when it comes to the Gloss Bomb sticks, these are gonna retail for $25. They do look really pretty. They come in gorgeous colors, but I have so many tinted lip balm sticks that I really am not wearing as much as I should anyway. So I pulled out some of my favorites that I'm just gonna continue to use this summer. One is the Revi Beauty lipsticks from Ally Glines. These are so gorgeous. And I love how they have this really cushiony texture. They make my lips look and feel so soft and smooth. They add just the right amount of color as well. They also smell really good. They have a nice vanilla scent. So I'll show you the colors. So here we have Tulip, Dahlia, and Lily. So Lily's like a really perfect nude. Dahlia is a beautiful pink, and then Tulip is a little bit brighter. I just love all these colors. They're so wearable, and like I said, they're just really comfortable. I also got one of the new tinted lip balms from Bare Minerals, and this formula too is so beautiful. It reminds me a lot of the Revlon Glass Shine lipsticks, and I have tons of those as well, actually. So I'm pretty much set in the tinted lip balm category for right now. But this is the shade Friendship, which is a beautiful nude. It's this one right here. And I just love the texture of these as well. They're just so soft, balmy, comfortable. They make your lips look a little bit smoother. And this one has like just the slightest fruity scent, but it smells really good. And I also have these tinted lip balms from Kosas, which were not cheap. And I admittedly, I'm not using them as much as I should be. So like I said, I'm going to put all of these probably just in my purse because that's when I normally apply lip products when I'm out. I rarely wear lipstick just around the house. So I feel like they're going to get used more if they're in my bag. So I'm just going to swatch these underneath really quick. And these even have fun summer names as well. We have Hot Beach right here, which is a warm pink. We have 100 Degrees, which is more nude, and then Malibu underneath, which is a cool tone pink. And these also, they're just so creamy. They feel so nourishing on your lips. So I feel like I really don't need the Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks right now. They're probably really nice, but I just have a lot going on as far as lip balms right now in my collection. So I'm gonna focus on using these this summer. Another post that really jumped out to me was this one right here, their new Makeup by Mario blushes and also his plumping lip balms. So I think what really speaks to me about this photo is just these bright, punchy, poppy colors for summer. I loved colors like this, especially in the warm weather. I'm usually a neutral girl, but give me a bright orange or a bright pink in the warm weather and I'm all over it. So I think that's kind of what jumped out at me the most. But I have to say, when I thought about it for a second, I don't really love Makeup by Mario's blush formula. It applies beautifully and it's really thin and lightweight, but on my skin, these disappeared after about an hour of wear. So I bought all of the original colors before I figured that out. And now I'm stuck with blushes that don't really hold up. So for that reason alone, I would not go back and repurchase these again. But a blush that I got really recently that kind of remind me of the Makeup by Mario ones in terms of how thin and lightweight they are these new ones from Lawless. These are the Pinch My Cheeks Soft Blur Cream Blushes. So these also, I mean, they come in some neutrals, but I have a lot of really punchy, poppy colors that are just gorgeous and actually remind me a lot of the Makeup by Mario ones. This one, Starburst, is the one I'm actually wearing on my cheeks today. It's a nice orange shade. And like, look at how beautiful and bright these are. So I just want to swatch the shades really quick for you. And when you look at them swatched out, it gives that same sort of vibe that was in that post. So here we have the shades Gumdrop, Valentine, Starburst, and Cherry Pie. And these have an immediate cream to powder dry down. So when you're blending them, they really just feel like a powder going on. They don't disturb your foundation. I'm actually wearing the Starburst shade on top of my CoverGirl powder foundation and it didn't mess with it at all. So these are just a gorgeous formula. If you want something a little bit more affordable as well, the Moira Love Heat Cream blushes are fantastic. And I have pretty much all the colors that they make, but I pulled out some colors that I also also feel like would go with the vibe of that post. I mean, honestly, when I think about it, the colors are really what drew me to the new products rather than actually the products themselves. So here we have number 6, I Miss You at the top, which is a cool tone pink. Then we have number 7, I Cherish You. This is number 4, I Adore You. And this is number 5, I Love You. So again, I feel like these really do line up with the colors of the new Makeup by Mario blushes. And these are super affordable. They're actually dupes for the Tower 28 blushes. So these have a little bit more of a dewy feel than the Lawless ones, which are a cream to powder dry down. But on my dry skin, I feel like these do pretty much dry down all the way. I don't feel like they leave my cheeks feeling sticky or anything. So if I wanted to just like pop a little bit, if you just use a little, it goes a long way and you don't have to go crazy with these. And I think if you just use them more sparingly, you can just build up to the color that you want, especially if you have fair skin. Also in that post were the tinted lip balms from Makeup by Mario that also come in those fun summery colors. So that, I admit, was a challenge to find in my collection. I don't have a lot of things in that color and that type of formula, but I did find a couple of things that I wanted to show you. The first one are these Tower 28 lip crayons. So these don't have the tingle and the plumping effect that the Makeup by Mario ones have, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of lip products that do that anyway. For me, again, it was really just about these bright summer colors that they come in. So these are called the Juice Balm, and they do come in really bright, fun colors. They're definitely more on the sheer side, but you can build them up and get a little bit more color out of them as well. I actually have one that's really bright, so I'm just gonna show you the swatches. Yeah, so the first two are a little bit more sheer. This is Mix. Then we have Shake, which is a light pink. And then this one is a nice bold color. That one is Squeeze. Another one that I found in my collection is the Glossier Ultra Lip, and this is in the shade Coupe. This is another bright orange lip balm. So I'll show you what this looks like. This is a nice formula too. I don't know why I never bought any more of these. I just got this one color, but it's nicely pigmented. And by the way, all of these are unscented. So this is that one up here. This is the shade Coupe. Really beautiful as well. And then I also have this lip balm from About Face. So this is called Peach Punisher. And this one, again, like it's not super bright, but it is a little bit. I feel like it's a fun summer color. So this is that one right here. I mean, it's a little bit more nude, but it does have the peachiness coming through as well. So these are just some of the kind of more fun tinted lip balms that I have. Another one, which I just showed before actually, is Tulip from Ravi Beauty. This one also gives you a little bit more of that fun, brighter color. So I feel like swatching these made me realize that I do have some bright colors, and let's be honest, I wear neutrals most of the time on my lips. It's very rare that I'll wear a bright anyway, so it doesn't really make sense for me to go out and buy one of those when I have a few that I could use anyway, or I can even use a brighter lipstick color and just smudge it on my lips and put a gloss on top and get kind of a similar effect. Also, there's a new shade out of the Ole Henriksen Peptide Lip Balms. It's Creme Brulee, and it looks like a beautiful nude shade. This is a formula that I've been wanting to try for a while. I haven't tried it, so this sort of piqued my interest, but then I remembered that I do have the Peptide Lip Balms from Persona, and this is another one that I feel like I just haven't gotten a lot of use out of it, but I really love the formula. So it's really a symptom of having too much makeup rather than not having a lot of great products in my collection, because I absolutely do. So I want to give these some love again. I have 3 shades. One is clear, so I'm not going to swatch that, but these are fantastic. They're such a nice, non-sticky, really smooth formula, and they have those peptides in there too to kind of anti-age your lips and smooth things out. So here I have the shade Pomegranate on top and then June on the bottom. So again, super nice formula. I'm sure the Ole Henriksen ones are really nice as well, but honestly, how many peptide lip balms do I really need? I have these 3 already, so I'm just gonna wear these and try to work through them before I buy another one. Oh, this was actually a really interesting one. Too Faced has some new single shadows and they look beautiful. They're called the Disco Crush. They're multi-use eye and face sparkle. They have 30 shades. They look so nice. I've really been into single shadows lately, and it reminded me right away that I brought a bunch of these ones from Moira on my vacation with me because I've been doing a lot of just one and done shadow looks like I'm wearing today versus using a bunch of colors from a palette. So I just pulled out some of my favorite shades, and these are the ones that I took with me. So I just want to swatch those for you really quick. These are called the Chromolite shadows, and they're actually, I think, supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Moondust shadows that come in the little singles. And I find them to be incredibly similar. They have that really thin, very lightweight feel. They have some little micro glitter in them. They're just beautiful. So let me just swatch these really fast. I'm actually wearing the shade Keepsake today on my eyes, which is this beautiful gold that kind of has a little bit of a greenish shift to it. And these do come in colors that are a little more bold. I tend to stick mainly to the more neutral ones, but Moira has just about every color of the rainbow and then some. So from left to right, we have Renegade, Sugar Crush, Full Moon, Unbothered, Summer Dream, Tempting, and Keepsake. So I do think these Too Faced shadows look really nice. I think ordinarily I probably would buy a couple, and I still may down the road at some point, but just knowing that I have all of these Moira single shadows now, not to mention all of my Sydney Grace singles, I feel like I just don't need any more single shadows right now. Let's see, what else was really interesting to me? Oh, the new Hourglass liquid blushes look gorgeous. I mean, really, the packaging is kind of unique and different. It looks like you can just sort of squeeze them out by the drop, which is really nice, especially if you want to mix them. I do prefer that type of packaging to a doe foot. I know a lot of people were saying that this packaging looks cheap. Personally, I think it looks sanitary and hygienic. That's sort of where my mind goes when it comes to stuff like this, but I think the colors look beautiful. I mean, they're just like very basic, like pinks and neutrals for the most part, but that's kind of what Hourglass does. They don't really do like bright, bold stuff. So they look really pretty. And looking at the swatches on the model, it almost looks like they have maybe a little bit of glow to them as well. I'm not sure if all of them do or if there are some cream finishes and some glowy ones. I really don't know. It's hard to tell from the photos, but going through my collection, I mean, one thing that stood out to me right away, just the colors that they come in, are these new L'Oreal Le Lumi blushes that I bought at Ulta just last month. And I really haven't had too much of a chance to play with these yet, and I definitely loved the formula. So some of these are a little bit glowy, some of them have just the cream formula without the shimmer, but none of them are super glowy like the Charlotte Tilbury glow ones. Not like that at all. But I feel like these could definitely be an alternative to these Hourglass blushes. Even the colors, I feel like they really look similar. So I'll show you some swatches of the colors that I have. I don't have every one of the L'Oreal. I think they were sold out of one or two when I bought these originally, so I would definitely go back and get a few more. I love these because they're a little bit more buildable. They're not as pigmented as like the Rare Beauty blushes or the Juvia's Place ones or like the new e.l.f. camo ones. I love those, but sometimes you just want something a little more sheer and buildable, especially if you have a lot going on your eyes and you don't want your blush to compete. So I feel like that's where a good sheer blush comes into play. All right, so I'll show you the colors that I have. So the two that I have that are not glowy are this one right here, which is Worth It. It's like a peachy nude. And then this one up here, which is Dewy Rich Coral. Then for the glowy ones, I have Glowy Gold Pink, which is this one right here. Underneath that, I have Glowy True Rose and Glowy Worth It Medium. So when I look at the Hourglass colors, I feel like they look very similar. And I was on the Sephora website this morning and I noticed that there's already one review of these saying that they are also very sheer. So that means the Hourglass ones are not going to be similar to like the Rare Beauty and the Juvia's Place and all of those really high pigment blushes. They're probably something more like this, maybe even more sheer. So I mean, overall, I'm really happy with these L'Oreal ones. I think they're beautiful. They're super long lasting on my cheeks. When I wore these, the few times that I have worn them, they lasted all all day on me. So it kind of makes me feel a little bit better about not buying the Hourglass. I may end up trying one of those down the road, maybe during the Sephora sale in the fall or something like that, but I'm not going to just rush right out and buy them. We'll have to see how they are and how the reviews stack up down the road as well. Next up, I was also kind of drawn in by these Salt Air lip balms. These look so nice. These are called the Lip Oil Balm Conditioning Lip Oil. And I really like Salt Air's products. I have their deodorants, I have their body wash. I love all the scents of their body stuff. It smells really good. I usually buy them at Target. But thinking about all of the lip balms like this that I have in a tube, it's just insane. I have the Naturium Phyto Glow lip balms. I have the Tower 28 ones that came out recently. I have 2 colors of these. I also have the Summer Fridays lip balms, which are so nice. And probably my favorite of the moment, the K-Skin lip balms. And these are not that much more expensive. I think the Salt Air ones are $9. These are $15, but they have SPF in them. These have SPF 30. So these are really what I've been wearing so far this summer, and I'm going to continue to wear them. And they also come in these fun, bright colors like the Salt Air ones. So I just want to swatch these for you really quickly. The Salt Air do not have SPF from what I can tell. So that, for me at least, puts these a little bit above, and I don't mind paying a little bit of extra money for the SPF in the formula. I also want to mention the K-Skin ones do not have a bad taste. Some SPF lip balms are disgusting and they leave that horrible chemical taste in your mouth. These smell so good. First of all, they smell like a vanilla dessert and there's no bad taste whatsoever. So I have them in the shades Bad Gal Berry. This one is Eerie Rose and this one is Nude Ting. And these have such a gorgeous, like really high shine finish. They're really smooth, non-sticky formula. So I just love these. And if you don't want the SPF, the Phyto Glow lip balms from Naturium are also really nice and they're a similar price point, I think, to the Salt Air. So the 3 shades that I have are Hibiscus up here, then I have Petal, and this is Camellia. And these come in a ton of really fun, bright colors as well. And this is a thick, nourishing lip balm. So these are really hydrating. Again, I think these Salt Air balms, I really was kind of attracted to the bright colors, and I love tinted lip balms. But like I said, I have so many of them. I really don't need any more at this point. All right, so let's talk about these little Rhode pocket blushes. I've gotten so many questions from people asking if I'm going to try them. And I admit I really do. This is the first product from Rhode that I've been very interested in. I love blushes and I love things that are little and cute. So of course, these stood out to me. And again, I'm not ruling out trying them at some point. But I just got a really similar product that I've only been using for a short time, but I really like them. And these are the Polite Society blushes. They're so similar. They come in these cute little containers and the colors are beautiful. I have 4 shades altogether, so they're ranging from nudes to, like, I have a pink, like a cool toned kind of powder pink. I have a warmer pink shade, which is gorgeous, and also a nude shade as well. So these have more of a cream to powder finish, and I heard that the Rhode ones are a little bit more dewy on the skin. Personally, I love the cream to powders. I love the ones that dry down all the way. They kind of leave that little bit of like a blurred effect on your cheeks, and these absolutely do. So I'll just show you guys what they look like. I think one thing about Rhode too that's kind of stopped me from buying is that they're not in stores anywhere. So you have to order from their website. And it's not like I'm opposed to doing that, but I just prefer to buy in store usually when it comes to makeup. Okay, so the shades that I have are Sydney over here, which is the nude. Then on the top we have London, a gorgeous warm pink. Then the peachy one is Paris, so beautiful. And then the cool tone pink down here is Los Angeles. And these are just so soft. Really pretty. Like I said, they're that perfect cream to powder formula. Like once they're on, they do not budge. Like you can't rub these away. And they have that beautiful blurring effect for your cheeks. So having these in my collection already is really what stopped me from purchasing the Rhode ones. And I know that definitely part of my job here is to try new makeup. So I always want to make sure that I'm doing that for you guys. But I'm also just trying to be a little bit more mindful and just a little bit more balanced. So I'm not opposed to trying them in the future, but for now, I feel like I don't need them. And yet another blush that's coming out are these ones from Charlotte Tilbury. They're the Beautiful Skin Cheek Glow. So again, it's supposed to be weightless, buildable color, cream formula. Reminds me so much of the Lawless, even just looking at these. These are the ones that I showed before. These also have that really weightless feel to them. So this is something that I think I just don't even need to bother looking at. One thing that I am having a lot of trouble resisting are these new palettes from Cosmic Brushes. These look so gorgeous, and they're an indie brand, so I'm sure the quality is going to be insanely good. The swatches look incredible. So there's 2 palettes. The Neutrals, which has like beautiful nude shades and some greens. I love green. And then the Cool Trolls, which is I think the one that I'm looking at the most. I think the Neutrals ones, I kind of could see like Natasha Denona Yucca palette in there a little bit, but the cool toned one looks so gorgeous. I'm having trouble like coming up with something in my collection that I have already that looks like this, especially with all the beautiful multi-chrome finishes. I just don't think anything that I have would really kind of match up. But I think one thing that's keeping me from buying this right now is that there's a lot of blue in this palette, and I do not wear blue eyeshadow that often. So I do feel like that helps a little bit. And also I just have so many beautiful cool tone palettes in my collection already. Like I said before, I have a ton of Sydney Grace singles and Moira singles that if I really want those duochromes or kind of special colors to put on my lid, I have products that I can do that with. I don't need the full palette. So anyway, guys, I think that's everything that really was kind of jumping out at me right now and how I talked my way out of it. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Are you joining me with the no buy in July? And if you are, how are you doing so far? Are you resisting all of the new makeup? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I truly appreciate it. If you have some extra time and you'd like to watch another one of my videos, I'll just put one right up here that you could check out next. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.